dollar weakness is the story. Gold cleared 4,500, and sterling surged as fiscal credibility fears gripped markets overnight. Ahead, Forex and metals are in focus, and the day's biggest mover is last. Euro-dollar is trending strongly higher, with price action sustaining a pattern of higher lows that keeps the path of least resistance pointed toward higher levels. As long as the dollar remains under pressure from fiscal sentiment, the trend leans higher and extensions look more probable than reversals. Aussie dollar is trending strongly higher, with momentum firmly in the direction of higher levels following a persistent advance through the week. The structure continues to favor the upside, and the path of least resistance remains pointed higher while the broader dollar weakness persists. Pound dollar is trending strongly higher, lifted by the combination of dollar softness and domestically driven flows. Price action shows a clean run toward higher levels, and the prevailing structure keeps the trend leaning higher into today's session. Kiwi dollar is trending strongly higher alongside its antipodean peers, with the broader risk-on and dollar-off environment providing a supportive backdrop. The path of least resistance continues to point toward higher levels, as long as the current structure is maintained. AUDCAD is trending strongly lower, with the Canadian dollar finding support from oil dynamics and trade optimism even as the Australian dollar gains elsewhere. The structure of lower highs keeps the path of least resistance pointed toward lower levels. Swiss franc yen is trending higher, with franc strength reflecting its safe haven role amid ongoing fiscal credibility concerns around the dollar. The trend leans higher, and the structure continues to favor probing higher levels while that backdrop holds. Euro-Kiwi is trending lower, with Kiwi outperformance putting consistent pressure on the pair and driving a sequence of lower levels. The path of least resistance remains pointed lower, and the bearish structure is likely to persist while Kiwi momentum stays firm. Dollar-yen carries a mild bearish trend overall, yet the pair is probing toward higher levels in early trade as the broad dollar bounces off its 3-month lows. The move sits against the prevailing trend, and the path of least resistance stays pointed higher only while the dollar recovery holds. A broad dollar slide accelerated through Asian hours as investors questioned U.S. fiscal credibility, lifting gold to multi-day highs and pushing major currencies sharply higher. The Treasury's bond market moves failed to steady sentiment, leaving the greenback near 3-month lows. The one to watch on the calendar today is UK retail sales. Gold is trending strongly higher, having held above the 4,500 level as dollar weakness and fiscal credibility concerns combine to support demand throughout the week. The structure of higher lows is firmly intact. The path of least resistance points toward higher levels, and the trend remains the strongest on today's board. That wraps the ForexBullion morning brief for Friday, the 21st of August. Subscribe so the next edition lands the moment it drops. And the evening wrap checks whether gold's hold above 4,500 survived the session. This is general market information for educational purposes only, not financial advice.